Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cody Brockway back with another episode of Brockway's Final Bytes. Woohoo! At long last. And of course, we're here with our co-host, Mr. Kermit the Frog, who is currently performing the splits backwards on his chair. So we won't bug him too bad. But yeah, so we're actually here to talk about a concert I recently saw. It was 1 week ago today. It was Tool at the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario. They were totally fantastic. It was my second time seeing them. That band is just incredible live. Anyone who's anyone should go see Tool live because it's like it's an experience like no other. They had an opening act open for them. It was a one-man band sort of deal. It was called Steel Beans. It was this one guy drumming, playing guitar, and singing at the same time. And the idea of what he did was really cool, but I got to be honest with you, he was so loud, and his mix was sonically just so loud that it was just kind of too much, too loud. Not a good loud. It was like not a good loud, it was a bad loud. But he was cool, and he was a good guitar player and all that, especially for one hand, but he was just the sound was not, his sound was not mixed very well. We'll just leave it at that. But he was cool. That was Steel Beans, and then after a little break, Tool came on, and oh my gosh, that's the thing, is like no matter who opens for Tool, as soon as they come on, you forget about any life previously or future. Like, you're just so in the now with when Tool comes on stage. They're just incredible. Of course, you know, if anyone of you here is a Tool fan, you know that they typically don't actually allow phones throughout the majority of the performance until the very last song, so we couldn't get a lot of pictures. But I did sneak one photo of when Mr. Alex Lifeson actually joined them as a guest on stage. I couldn't believe it. And but Alex was there. He came out, and so I had to sneak a little picture. Like when the security guard wasn't looking, I had to sneak a little. So I'll throw that picture in here. But yeah, so I got a couple of photos and one or two little small video clips at the very end of the show. But for the most part, they don't allow the audience to have their phones out to take pictures or videos of the band. And I really like that. Actually, I like to be able to look around the people around me and see no one standing there with their phone up like Adam Jones is standing 2 feet in front of you, and you're gonna stand like with your phone. Yeah, forget that. No, I like that because it makes everyone be more present and in the moment, and people aren't living through a screen. And I have no problem not pulling up my phone if that's what the band wants, and that's what it takes to keep me inside the concert. Hello, I'm at the concert, right? Like I don't need to be on my phone the whole time. And of course, it's fair because the last song is 46 and 2, and so they let everyone pull out their phones and take pictures and videos and stuff then. But I'll get into the set list. So we've got Fear Inoculum. They opened the show with that. Then they played Intolerance from the Undertow record. They played Rosetta Stone from 10,000 Days. They played Pneuma, which is from the Fear Inoculum record. They played Descending, which I found out the first time they ever debuted that song live was in 2012 in Toronto, Ontario, which is pretty cool. Then they played The Grudge from Lateralis. That's the only Lateralis song they played. Then they played Jambi, and that's where all of a sudden Maynard, the singer, was like, and here's a piece of Canadian royalty. Alex Lifeson just casually brings him out on stage, and it's like, wow, Alex Lifeson's here. Oh my gosh. I'm a diehard Rush fan. And speaking of Rush fan, I got a surprise for you guys at the end of this video, so stay tuned. It's about Rush. Anyway, so they bring Alex Lifeson out on stage, and they do the intro for A Passage to Bangkok, and then they start playing Jambi. And then halfway through Jambi, when they would typically go to Adam's solo, they stop, and then they break into the guitar solo for A Passage to Bangkok. and then they come back after that, and they play the rest of the Jambi song. It was really cool, really well done. Then there was a 12-minute break, and then a 12-minute timer came down up on the stage, and all of a sudden these guys who were working at the venue, I guess the road crew for Tool, came up on a little platform, which was, we were side stage, so it was to the left of Danny's drums, but it was like right directly in front of us. And the roadies come out, and they bring up this big thing that looks like a swing. Okay, it's like the It's like the structural part of a swing. And then, we're like, what the hell's going on? What the heck are they doing? And then they bring a gong out and hang a gong on it, and it was like, oh, this is really cool. So after the 12-minute timer is done, Danny comes out. Danny Carey, the drummer. He was amazing, by the way. He was on fire the whole night. He comes out and he starts with his drumsticks. He starts playing a solo, tapping a drum solo on this gong thing. And then at the end, he grabs a mallet and just goes boom on this gong. Just gives it his all. And it's hard to make a gong, go boom the way he did. But he is so freaking strong that he did it no problem. And then he did the Chocolate Chip Trip drum solo, which is from Fear Inoculum. He had a whole machine. He had a whole stack full of machine electronic synth noises and stuff that he would reach over and sort of fiddle with them, and then he would play solos over the synth noises that were playing. It was really cool. Then they did, that went on for a few minutes, and then he did Calling Voices. They did Calling Voices from the Fear Inoculum album. They did Invincible from the Fear Inoculum album, and then they did 46 and 2, which was where Maynard was like, you guys can bring your phones out. And I'm gonna quote what he said to the audience. He says, you guys can bring your phones out, but don't turn any fucking flashes on if you're in the first 30 rows on the floor here. This is, I didn't make any of this up. This is what he said. He says, if you guys have your flashes on in the first 30 rows of here, I will come down there and I will kick you in your vagina. And then he says, if you don't have a vagina, I'm going to come down and create one on you, and then I'm going to kick you in it. So then they start playing 46 and 2. Not 1 second into the guitar riff, someone on the floor, very close to the stage, has their flash on. Not a second into the song, and all of a sudden Maynard starts saying to him right into the microphone over top of the band, he's going, turn the fucking flash off. He's like, don't be a dick. Don't be a dickhead, turn the fucking flash off. He's like, I have a 9-year-old at home that's more mature and smarter than you. Turn the fucking flash off. And I think the guy got the message, because eventually he turned the flash off and they finished the song, and it was really funny. I guess you had to be there, but we had a great time. That band is just incredible live. Danny Carey is a monster on the drums. He is one of my favorite drummers. And the fills and stuff that, like the placement of these fills and the way he always comes back after them and make these wonky fills work in these pieces of music. He's just incredible. I mean, like, and their music flows so well. Like they actually had me almost in a trance at one point when they were playing the Invincible song, and they were going dun-la-dun dun dun-la-dun dun dun dun-la-dun dun dun-la-dun dun dun dun-la-dun dun dun-la-dun dun dun. They were playing that riff, and it was like, whoa, like it was like almost hypnotizing, and that's one of the powers that this band has to do on its on their listeners. But the whole band played just great. Their sound was excellent. They showed how to do the sound right. Okay, Tool was just amazing. And the sound of the band was just fantastic, and it was a good loud. It was really loud, but it was good. It was pleasant. It was nice. I liked it a lot. And it was my second time seeing them, and I'd go see them 100 more times. I love Tool. Big fan. Thank you, Danny Carey, for being a drum god. We all look up to you in one way or another. And that is my review of the Tool concert. I will add one video clip at the end of this video, but first I want to talk to you guys about a nice surprise that's coming up that I mentioned a bit earlier about Alex Lifeson and Rush. That's right. Myself and a few friends of mine, including rock and metal fanatic, Canadian journalist and author of lots and lots of great, amazing rock and metal related books, Mr. Martin Popoff, are joining together for a live stream to do a tier list and rank our favorite albums of Canadian rock band Rush. That's right. So if you're a Rush fan, you definitely don't want to miss this, because it's going to be amazing. That live stream will go live here on Brockway's Vinyl Bytes and on my personal Facebook page, Cody Brockway. It'll be live on Sunday, December 3rd at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So do not miss that. If you're a Rush fan or a fan of music or anything, just don't miss it. You got to be there. It'll be a lot of fun. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you tons before Sunday, of course, because I'm here all the damn time. But we'll see you again soon. Rock on!